Ever since the dawn of time, one question has lurked the internet for so long. And no, it's not if 9/11 was a conspiracy. It's not if aliens were hiding in Roswell. And no, it's not if Michael Jackson is actually alive. The question is, should Batman break his moral code and kill the Joker? Now, this has been a question that's been debated on the internet and amongst Batman and DC comic fans for decades. And there are so many reasons for and against for Batman to actually kill the Joker. And not to mention that there are some instances where Batman has indirectly or directly caused the death of the Joker. So that's why I'm going to be explaining if Batman should kill the Joker or not. And we're going to be looking at some comic book sources and reasons why Batman should actually kill the Joker. So for our first reason for Batman killing the Joker, we're going to be talking about the death of Jason Todd. A Death in the Family is one of the darkest Batman stories in the 1980s. This story was famous for one thing alone, the Joker torturing and killing Jason Todd, who at the time was Robin. Dick Grayson had already gone on to become Nightwing, and presumably he did form the Teen Titans at this point. So the question is, should Batman have killed the Joker here? Yes, he definitely should have killed the Joker. Mainly because Batman was so distraught over Jason's death that after Jason died, Batman began inflicting harsher punishment on the streets of Gotham. He began being more brutal towards criminals after Robin's death. He was using this as a way to cover up his grief over his second Robin's death. And Batman has suffered a lot of loss over the years, because of course Batman's parents died, there was the death of Jason Todd, there was Batgirl getting crippled, and not to mention, Joker in some instances is partly responsible for this. Depending on whether you watched Batman in 1989, Joker was technically responsible for the death of the Waynes, and in original comic book continuity, Joker is not responsible for that. But the thing is, Batman became more brutal towards criminals on the streets of Gotham after this, and that's a reason why Batman should have killed the Joker. If Batman had actually killed the Joker in this, then maybe he could have felt more at peace. Okay, our next piece of evidence, the Killing Joke. The Killing Joke is a very popular storyline and provides us with what is primarily accepted as the true origins of the Joker. Now, in the Killing Joke, the Joker is at his most darkest in comic book history. He shoots Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, in an attempt to drive Commissioner Gordon insane. He did this to prove that just one bad day could drive even the most stable man insane. Batman should have actually killed the Joker here because, well, he tortures two of Batman's closest allies here, and not to mention here, I may get demonetized for this. I'm not even monetized anyway. Joker did not just cripple Batgirl. He also raped her as well, and undressed her to take pictures of her as another part to drive Commissioner Gordon insane. I feel like I don't need to explain myself further. Batman definitely should have killed the Joker here. Okay, the Torture of Tim Drake. This takes place in the Bruce Timm animated series universe. In Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, we see the final encounter between Batman and the Clown Prince of Crime. So in this story, Joker and Harley Quinn kidnapped Tim Drake, who at the time was Robin, and tortured him into complete insanity. Joker made Tim Drake think he was the actual Joker's son. Joker easily was at his darkest in this story, in the Bruce Timm universe, because Tim Drake is the second Robin to have been tortured by the Joker, in mainstream media as well. The other being Jason Todd, obviously. Anyway, Batman should have killed the Joker here, though Tim Drake did pretty much take care of that. So, now we're going to come to my reason against, and it is quite interesting. If Batman were to actually kill the Joker, he'd be breaking his moral code. Batman's moral code is, he will never kill a single criminal, even if they've done something as dark as Joker. Now, this is a really interesting thing because there are some instances where it's like, where Batman fans will debate, he should have killed the Joker here. I don't get why he didn't kill the Joker. It's a very dark moment. All the points we've covered so far have clearly demonstrated why Batman should have killed the Joker. And yet, Batman has never broken his one rule, that he will never kill a single person. And frankly, if he were to break that rule, he'd become a criminal himself. And this was actually discovered in one of the alternate Injustice storylines. So it's an alternate story where Batman and Joker, well, the Joker does actually die, but it's actually at Batman's hands. So let me explain. In the original Injustice continuity, it is actually Superman who ends up crossing the line and killing the Joker. However, there's an alternate story in which Lois Lane survives, and the whole Injustice storyline never happens. However, it comes at a cost. Batman takes Joker to prison, but Batman is the one who ends up killing the Joker. And that's what would happen if Batman were to ever cross the line and kill the Joker. He'd immediately hand himself in because he's no better than the scum that played Gotham. Now, obviously, there would be other people to take up the Batman mantle, with Tim Drake, Dick Grayson, Damian Wayne, and hell, they probably could have done Battle for the Catwoman Injustice if Batman killed the Joker. Anyway, this perfectly represents why Batman shouldn't kill the Joker. If he were to do it, he'd be no better than the scum who plague the streets. He'd be no better than the Joker himself. And that's a line he can never come back from. So those were my thoughts on whether Batman should kill the Joker or not. What do you guys think? Do you think Batman should kill the Joker, or should he stay on the side of the good and keep to his moral code? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd be quite interested to hear what you guys have to say on this topic. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.